Give me some oomph, white man. Give me some.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Regenerate Talk. I'm here with Teriyaki, Ty the Fan, and Marcus. Hello, everybody. In a year with such blockbusters as Across the Spider-Verse, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Meg 2 the Trench.
We're past the racetrack. We're past the starting line.
We
Way past it.
are talking about the biggest blockbuster of the year, the blockbuster that has been a foundation of this podcast since its inception, Spider-Man Lotus, directed by Gavin J. Knupp, starring Warden Wizard Wayne, co-starring Mariah Brooklyn. Is that her name? How do you say the Gwen actress's name?
Tuyin?
Yeah, Tuyin? I don't want to mispronounce it.
Tuyin.
The Gwen actress, the Flash actor, and the Harry actor.
Don't forget famous bedroom artist Neil Blue Comics, whose art was featured in that movie.
We'll get to it soon!
Okay, hi. Welcome back to Regenerate Talk. I'm Teriyaki Asian June. I'm joined by Geekforhire.
Bryce is so close to saying the slur. I could hear in his voice, bro.
and our white boy, Bryce Levac, Adam Sandler's big wheel. And Marcus, Spirit.Sifts, veteran people, veteran people, former co-host, light skin, Lotus audition. Okay. Yeah, Spider-Man Lotus came out. We saw it on call, and all of us were just so excited, just so ecstatic, just watching the film and seeing the culmination. Yeah, the culmination of what
of $100,000, several racist allegations, and
$150,000,
and a submarine, and a submarine, and a snow machine. We'll get. But I mean, yeah.
It turned out it wasn't even a snow machine. It was just a fucking rain VFX and smoke.
That's filmed in New York, and they couldn't go on a rainy day.
That's smoke smoke during that warehouse scene genuinely looked like a PS2 game. It was genuinely no diss to the fucking VFX artist or anything, because I know they were overworked as shit trying to encapsulate Gavin's perfect image of what Spider-Man should be. Okay, yeah. But
they
maybe
I'll say the VFX artists did a pretty good job.
Given their budget,
I'd say it looks good for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For it being a fan film and the budget and all that, the movie itself looks fine.
Yeah.
You can tell some money was behind it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, $100K worth.
$7.
I've never tried to make a fan film, so
I think
that could just be me being misinformed.
How much is Adobe for me? $25.
Yes, $25. I doubt he shilled out $25. He probably edited that shit in CapCut or something. That's what I'm gonna edit.
Video.
Gavin did the Steve Lacy thing where he was on his iPod Touch and he was editing the movie together. But yeah, I mean, most of us are probably known for being D1 hating when it comes to Spider-Man Lotus. But I think I want to get it out of the way that the VFX was okay. Okay, we're not trying to knock anybody on that team that isn't the main people. I'm sure there was one dude right there that was just trying to feed his family or something, editing Warden Wayne's Bulge or something. Okay, we're not trying to hate on anybody here.
Yeah, they did really well.
Akin.
That was like really. They were giving him some credit there.
Yeah, they were. Gavin was like, I don't know if his balls are big enough. Like, I need people to know that Spider-Man has big
I
balls.
don't think they're rotund enough.
But
Anytime I was reading Spider-Man comics, I would always look if the artist put in the bulge, and if they didn't, I didn't really count it in my personal headcanon, you know? Because that's not Peter Parker to me.
Like Mark
Peter
Bagley,
Parker did not
amazing
bag
artist.
Black Cat, Liz Allen, and Mary Jane just for being a pretty boy. No. He was not just a nice boy. He had a lion in there. He had a python. He was slinging that thing around.
He's like that skinny white boy you see in high school who you'd never think has a big dick, but for some reason he does have a big dick.
This reminds me of that Spider-Man post I did where it was like me like I think it was like one of the fact posts I did where I like had like a
Spider-Man has a
slide.
huge dick or something.
Yeah. I had like a slide that was
You know
like,
Spider-Man is packing?
I had a slide that was like, do you think Warden stares at himself naked wearing the Spider-Man mask in like a mirror?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, Gavin's probably done that. Let's be honest. He's probably done that with the suit.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, probably. But
I mean,
to start off this conversation, just to like get into the
I'm
meat of
fucking
it,
cracked.
I guess. I want to ask. I want to propose a question.
Mm-hmm.
If there was no controversy, if everything went according to plan, and the movie just came out, do you think people would be hating on it as much and recognize that it is fucking boring?
I think I didn't even look. While I was watching the movie, I wasn't even looking at it from like the lens of like controversy with all that stuff.
Right.
I was trying to be as like subjective with it. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to be as subjective as possible in between the Spectacular Spider-Man episode that I was watching at the time. But I think even without the controversy, and this is just my opinion, I still probably would have just hated how fucking pretentious the movie is at its core.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because let's be honest here. Even before the controversy, Gavin was like kingpin when it came to like pretentious Spider-Man fanboy.
I agree.
Instagram.
I 100% agree with you, and I think like I don't know. I wish somebody else was here, I guess, because like I feel like we're all generally on the same page when it comes to like our feelings on Lotus, even before like all of the controversy happened.
I mean, honestly speaking. All right, this is a little confession.
Taiwan.
I was a little invested. I was a little invested in a little fan fiction thing Gavin had going on. I was, every few weeks, I was like, "Oh shit, what's happening next?
I'm pretty sure.
So when he announced Lotus, I was like, "Okay, this might be good. And for the most part, I was on that side of like, okay, let him cook him, let him do his thing. Seems to know what he's doing. Seems like he really cares about Spider-Man and all that. So I was neutral. I was cool.
But that Spider-Man like fanfic that he did wasn't just him, was it? It was also somebody else.
Right.
So
Yeah.
which is
someone who actually knew how to write.
Yeah. Which is why I was like how before even all of it happened, and I was like watching like the trailers and stuff from it, and I was like, how did he fumble this hard after he wrote that fan fiction? And then I realized it wasn't just him. He had another guy literally writing like the fucking plot for it while he was like editing like PNGs together and shit,
Well, it was weird, wasn't it? Like
thing is,
the
though,
other
like,
guy was supposed to release like a detailed description.
Yeah, he just
Where
left.
he was just giving over.
Just left him hanging.
Yeah. Like
But,
Gavin
the thing
mainly
is, though,
fucking ran, whereas the other guy
Sam
just kind
Lead
of
is
dropped
Jack
off at some
Curtin.
point.
Well, the thing is, though, like, Gavin, like, even before the series had properly came out, he had always kind of been doing little, like, hypothetical what if posts of, like, the MCU and all that kind of stuff. Like, they were, like, months away. So I was still kind of invested, but I think the thing is though, is that when Gavin didn't have like a tent pole, like something to hold up, like okay, this is what it shouldn't have been. When it just came down to okay, this is your own interpretation. You can't be ripping off this person or you don't have anything else to hold this up to. And when it's just his genuine interpretation, I think it just turned out to be just lackluster. He literally made the worst feature-length Spider-Man film, which is funny.
Because most of it was just like him just ripping off like other like stories and like creations for like a scene.
Right.
Like the score is like, I mean, like not to move ahead, but like the score is literally just like a rip off of like the How to Train Your Dragon theme with the fucking 90s theme blaring every single 50 fucking seconds, you know.
That score gets like it gets needlessly obnoxious during those quote unquote, and I heavy quotations, emotional scenes, because it's just blaring at you and it's telling you feel something, when nothing inherently in that scene is like, no scene in that movie like flows into the next one.
No,
they all just kind of happen.
Fucking cut to black.
It's very much written. It's written like a short film. It's written like a short film in the sense that like it goes from beat to beat, but he doesn't know how to like actually take a moment and like rest on its characters.
Yes.
Checking on this and checking in on that, and it's weird because you could do a lot with 2 hours. You do a lot. Like it was like 2 hours, 1 hour and 50 minutes,
and somehow
it was like an hour.
Nothing is done.
Exactly.
And like
he just wasted everyone's time.
Back to that point of like him just like reusing scenes. Like I'm pretty sure he like did like the Smallville Superman like rip shirt thing, and then he ripped off that scene from DASM 2 where like Peter's on like his MacBook like looking at like pictures of like Gwen and stuff, and it's like
no, that was some crazy bite.
When is this movie supposed to take place? You know, it's like
nigga had a current MacBook, bro. That shit is better than my computer.
It's timeless. It's supposed to take place.
Yeah, exactly.
It's supposed to be timeless.
That's why there's very few black people. Like we previously discussed.
The one he fails in the movie is a criminal.
Oh yeah, shocker.
Yeah.
But fuck, what was I just gonna say? I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, yes, okay, I got it back now. I was gonna say it's like when Todd Phillip made Joker, and it was just like bites and like bits from like Scorsese movies, but he just like remixed it and all that, and like what everybody like hates on that movie for. He basically did that with Spider-Man movies and comics, where he just like took that, put it in his movie, and like put in different scenes and expected it to just like make a story. Yeah, like,
it felt kind of just like fan service, you know. It's like, oh, look at that. That's from Phasm, blah 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 blah. Look at that.
Well,
that's from
not even that way. I don't think.
I think the thing is though, it's like a lot of it felt like. I mean, the writing the script. I would say a lot of it felt like 14. Well, like I would say a lot of it felt like just in general, the storytelling felt like something that would come from like a 14-year-old writing fan fiction, and it just seems like since this is Gavin's first proper film, and I'm not like I'm not saying people can't make a masterpiece on their first film, but I think even a fan film as his first real attempt at this, there's no room for like there's no room for like, oh, okay, you're gonna try this and try that, and you're gonna do something crazy. It's just like, hey, I'm going out and it's his first real adventure. His first real venture.
And everyone around him was glazing him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when when your head is that big,
yeah,
there's no room.
It's like with that big of a budget as like a fan film, you cannot afford to like fumble.
Yeah. Right. And he did. Catastrophic.
And he did really horribly. I think. Yeah, I think genuinely, and this is to every Spider-Man fan listening right now, you will genuinely have a funner time watching Phasm 2 and reading Spider-Man Blue simultaneously. Genuinely, that would be a funner time than watching a bad adaptation of both of this. Spider-Man right now is so dire that we are settling for mediocrity. Not even trying to be funny. Like, I know the comic books are kicking our asses right now. I know the movies are kind of just okay, right? I know a lot of you don't like Miles Morales, so you're going to be going around.
I was going to say, don't say they're just okay. Across the Spider-Verse just came out.
I know it's a phenomenal movie, but you know how those type of fans are like, "Oh, Miles isn't a real Spider-Man." So they will go out and they will seek shit like Lotus, and they'll fucking glaze it. Why? Because there's nothing good for them right now. So they're like, "Oh, Spider-Man."
You
Lotus,
know how impoverished an IP has to be for the fan film to be bad.
What?
You know how impoverished an IP has to be for the fan film to be bad.
How creatively bankrupt we are at this point with Spider-Man content.
That Spider-Man Lotus is like Jesus Christ to the community right now.
I guess that's why I asked that question to start this off. It's because like I legitimately believe if no controversy had happened, there would be even more glazing and people genuinely on this movie's dick.
I think it would be a lot more like delusional. It would
exactly,
be a lot
because
more
like
people just like
I cannot overstate how like into like Gavin's like TV series, like fanfic, whatever you want to call it, like how big people were into that, and then the Lotus itself, like that was such a huge following for a fan film. Like I get it's Spider-Man, but like Spider-Man fan films have been made before. This got a lot of traction, and like obviously, like we kind of like witnessed it ourselves, like quote unquote ground level in a sense. But like it really was like a pretty bigger thing.
Right.
And then it was made bigger by the controversy, but like if the controversy didn't happen, I really do believe that if the movie came out,
oh my god, yes, incredible,
so much glazing.
It would have been exponential. Like people that right now are like, fuck that movie, Gavin, whatever else, and like saying it's boring. Like, I don't think they would have said it was boring if nothing had happened. They probably would, like it's a little long, but like you have to appreciate the ambition of just, you know, a couple friends just going out there to New York City and hanging out and like just making a fucking movie together. Like, isn't that just great, man? Like, I feel like there would have been a lot more of like forgiveness given to them if this didn't happen.
And people are still using that like excuse right now. It's like, oh, of course the movie's kind of just okay at some parts. It's just a friend. It's just a couple friends. You do not get to you do not get to say that when he got almost 150K for that fucking movie. Okay, he got the equivalent of like a house to make his Spider-Man movie.
Literally. A couple friends don't get their movie recognized by an actual Spider-Man director and actor.
Quite literally, it's odd. It's very, and I think the thing though is about like, even though I tried to like separate that you know who Gavin and Warden are. I almost forgot their names. Gavin and Warden are as people from like the actual characters and the crew behind it. I just feel like even then, it's like it was doomed to begin with. It was doomed to begin with.
Yeah.
Like first page opening shot to the last one. It's,
frame one.
Yeah.
Literally.
There's no way to restructure this movie or like re-edit it in a certain way to where like it's made better. Like even if like you just took scenes out, like no scene, I would argue no scene in that movie has like a lot of energy or like just there's no drive to it. Like for as much as like it is a passion project, I don't feel it that much other than just the fact that like
I don't feel the passion.
Yeah, like I'm not able to feel like the emotions that like are clearly like trying to be pushed upon me and are insisted upon throughout. And
I feel like the worst detriment was probably. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
no, you're good.
the worst
You're good.
the worst detriment. I mean, controversy aside, to the film was probably the fact that it got so much money, and and that meant like, okay, now I can add all these scenes I've been dreaming about.
Yeah.
As in, there was
That's
a
a good
reason
point.
that it wasn't in the original script, and now I'm adding it.
And that's
For
the
the sake of
downfall
like
to like a lot of
blowing it
different
up.
like funded shit on like Kickstarter and shit. Like they always
Yeah.
start small with a small budget, and then
Right.
like when they go like way over budget, they don't think like, all right, let's just like supplement what we got a little bit. They try to go overboard, and that's when like they lose the
Exactly.
vision.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, adding on to that, yeah, the film just felt like he was trying to just do too much shit at like once, you know, because originally wasn't it just like death of Gwen Stacy and you know the kid who
it was
collects
quite literally.
Spider-Man.
And
It
the
was
trauma
quite
dump.
literally. Well, yeah, it was just supposed to be that, but I feel like even what made it worse was just like the fact that he got so much more money, and that meant like, okay, I can add in the goblin scene, and now I can add in a few more scenes, this and that. So
Yeah.
now it's like, okay, a film that was probably gonna be around an hour and 20, or maybe even just a little over an hour,
Yeah.
is now full blown 2 hours and the full commitment, and it's just terrible because that realizes
heard,
at that point it's like compensating. It's compensating from something that was not meant to be there.
No.
One of our buddies was actually telling us, and I don't want to out this person, but this person is rather close to Gavin, and he was telling us about how like the story essentially it didn't even have like a goblin fight, like that was
Right.
added because everybody around Gavin was like, oh, you should put in a fight scene because you have all this budget now. Like Gavin originally didn't even want to do that, he just wanted it to be like a small scale story.
Yeah, and I think there's
Yeah.
something to be said for as much as like we decry like the limitations like put on certain like storytellers. I think some of those limitations are like very necessary.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and like yes, there like he obviously has some limitations in the sense that he doesn't have like a studio budget behind him or whatever. But like he still had like a very big budget for what is a fan film.
Yeah,
And
bigger than
everybody
most
around him was just yes men. From like outside looking in, obviously, like we're not that close with the situation, but outside looking in, it seemed like he was just surrounded by yes men. Eunice! And everybody just was like on his dick, being like, yeah, man, that'd be cool. That'd be so cool. And like, and I'm sure like, and part of me is sympathetic to that in the sense of like, yeah, that would be cool to like put like shit that like you've read your entire life on screen in a certain way. But at the end of the day, what he's putting on screen is stuff we've basically already seen before in other Spider-Man movies. That goblin fight, basically what happened in the Raimi movies. We are, like you guys mentioned, hit Peter looking at the laptop at Gwen's memories. Basically what we got in the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Literally.
But no emotional weight because there was no build up to it.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
None whatsoever. We
they had
saw Gwen for like 5 minutes as a whole, and then she's dead, and now we're supposed to feel sorry for Peter. Like, no, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that because I feel like there's been some movies where it just ends with like a huge emotional beat, and it's like, oh, okay, whatever. I think the point is that Kevin didn't really work towards like legitimately making it a thing where you're supposed to care about it. Like everything we've seen Gwen is like almost secondary in a sense. Like there's no literal scene with her that's like outside of okay. It's like that one where she gets mad at Peter for like showing up late. Okay, that's out. It's just that one. Like I feel like what made Chasm work is that it built up to the entire moment where it's like, okay, it feels like something is happening with their relationship, and then boom, and then suddenly, now he's got to change his life around. We didn't get that at all.
Overcompensate with it by, and this is like I think the worst offense this movie does is, and I said this last night, and I think it was Guillermo del Toro who said it. Yeah, but or like some guy in Hollywood was like, everybody always wants to put their dick in it. Like they can never just like leave something alone. They gotta like make their mark. And that is like all over this movie when it comes to major like Spider-Man storylines. Because like he couldn't just have it be like Gwen was in love with, or Peter was in love with Gwen, and like they had this really tragic relationship. It was like, no, he was gonna propose to her. Like, and isn't that sad that like he didn't propose to her, and then she fucking died. Like, isn't that like so much sadder? And then with like towards the ending of the movie, like it's not like it's Spider-Man Blue, but not, but completely butchered and like messes up the whole entire thing. Like, to me, it just like takes what is a powerful, profound moment of the woman he loves and was like with at that moment, recognizing like he still feels that pain, and that like a pain she still feels too, and being like, tell her I said hi. And like you still get that, but now it's interrupted by Harry being there and being like, you know, Pete, like I had so many problems. My dad, like, fucking just after like just listen to him, like have a private conversation basically between him and Gwen's angel, and like it's just so inappropriate.
Like, it feels like a slap to the face, right?
Yeah,
to, like, everybody who like loved the original source material.
And like the base idea of it, I get to like have it. No, like it can't just be like it shouldn't just be MJ. Like he should also have like other forms of support. Like I can kind of like get behind that idea, but like it's just done so terribly. Like it just hurts because I love Spider-Man Blue. I know it's like bog standard, like, oh, my favorite Spider-Man story is Spider-Man Blue. But like it's a good story for a reason. Like, barring Jeff Loeb's racist ass, it's a good story.
Jeff Loeb, my GOAT, number one.
Things do tend to get overhyped for a reason most of the time.
Number one.
Except for Batman Hush. Don't get me started.
That's why I said most of the time.
But I think, and this is another point that I want to talk about on the topic of stuff that we've seen before. Leave it to the fucking Spider-Man shield to retell his origin for the 15th fucking time.
Oh,
you know,
God.
When we were 75% like through the movie already too.
Like I understand because I was rereading Kid Who Collects Spider-Man today, right? And he does tell Tim, his origin, but you didn't have to show the whole fucking thing. You could have done it in like a spectacular kind of way where you like. You just like alluded to it instead of taking up like what? Wasn't it like 10 more minutes, 10 to 15 minutes of like screen time just to retell a shit that we already know?
Felt like it. Yeah, it felt like 10, 15.
It's like I expected better from a Spider-Man show than just like recreating, schlock.
It's like this is a Spider-Man movie made for Spider-Man fans who actually read the comics. You're not going to see some like random asshole stumbling upon it on their YouTube recommendations. Like, oh, I'm gonna watch this 2-hour movie about Spider-Man. So like you should know we don't want to see Uncle Ben get slimed in an alleyway for the 70th time this week.
Yeah, it's like like Marcus was saying, this was advertised as like a Spider-Man film for Spider-Man fans, and we just get shit that we've already seen before. Yeah. And there's like barely anything like new. I mean, there were a couple things that were kind of new, like I guess Shocker was basically it. It was
to me, it was just an excuse to like, I guess like streamline certain storylines and like make them like have put together two storylines: the death of Gwen Stacy / Spider-Man Blue, in with something like the Kid Who Collects Spider-Man, and like fold them together into something cohesive. And I think on paper, there's a lot of like stuff in this movie where it's like on paper that's not a bad idea, that's not a terrible idea. Like, and I think the only moment where like I recognized the potential and was like, oh, that's actually kind of like smart, was when Peter was looking back through the scrapbook with the kid, and you see the Shocker headline, and like it takes him back to that day and like how that was like the time he actually had like a conversation with Gwen. And I'm like, wow, that's actually like a neat idea. Like, give him that one. But there's so much other stuff where, like I said, he's just like putting his dick in it.
Yeah,
Where it's not worth it. Like it wasn't worth that one moment for me to sit through 2 hours of this shit.
Yeah, like Harry's drug problem, quite literally was just like what, like 2 seconds of just
3 minutes,
like,
3 minutes of him walking around New York City.
Best scene in the movie. Best scene in the movie.
Like it's such a slap to the face to like people who have read like you know like Dave Mateus's run, and like even before that like Roger Stern, you know, who like love like, you know, Child Within, that with that like Harry's like drug problem that like eventually led him to become like the Goblin was kind of just like an afterthought in like the movie, you know.
Because Gavin always used to be like, yeah, the Child was such a personal storyline to me. Like I really used to like I used to like sit on the toilet and just read it all day. Like I used to cry on it. I once used a page to like wipe my tears away.
Cry on the toilet.
And we don't even get like a passing glance or like a reference to it or nothing. We just get like suddenly Harry is cool at Peter. Now he's angry at Peter because his mass murdering dad died. And now he's walking in the streets of New York. And now he's yelling at MJ. And now he's cool with Peter again. That's literally it. That's literally it. I feel like
God, he fucking killed a bus full of orphans right before he died, but he died.
and it's like no.
And Flash also shows up for some reason in the movie.
That nigga had no reason to be there.
He's like quite a self-insert for the audience.
Yeah. His scene with MJ quite literally was just like him being like crazy glue trying to stick things together, you know. He was just there.
Girl, just to like stop being so sad, girl. Too hot to be sad like this.
Hey Gwen, or hey MJ, like, are you still a slut or something? Like, can I get some?
But
I know I'm with Liz, but like, you know, I'm about to get deployed. Like, can I get some? Serve your country, okay? Serve that cunt to your country.
Come on, Bryce.
Edwards, come on.
But you know, it's like most of like not to be mean to like the Harry Osborn actor or anything, but his talent was kind of just wasted because he was given so little to just do with, you know.
He's given so little material to work with. It's incredibly sad.
Yeah,
it's incredibly sad.
Also, shout out to that actress that played the mom. Genuinely, the only actor in the movie to make me like feel something, even if it was just a little.
I don't even think she was doing like that great of a job either. I think she was like actually like
she's just like
putting. I mean, she's just putting a lot of effort.
Comparative terms here.
Yeah, it's very comparative.
I mean, she was doing bare minimum when everybody was doing like nothing, you know.
Another day on the job for her. Like it wasn't.
She got paid the least.
Yeah, I mean that was, even if you could hear, you know, the actors actually give their lines instead of windy and muffled costumes.
Jesus, the fuck!
Like, could they not just dub over his scenes when he was in the mask?
You know, it's like every single one of his Goblin, don't.
He sounds like Bane from Dark Knight Rises.
Goblin, I'll be your reckoning.
My girlfriend.
I'm gonna leave you in this burning building. I want you burned alive. Let the fires of the city consume you. Oh, you got stabbed by the glider. I guess you'll just have to imagine.
I can't believe I didn't get that. I cannot believe I didn't get that. It took like 3 minutes to click through me. I was like, wait, what happened? Did he just leave him to die? Or like
that was the funniest part to me, was when you were like, wait, did he just leave him in the burning building? And we're like, no, Ty. Gavin's a genius, and he put that important moment in the credits.
Yeah. And Ty realized like a minute later, they were like, oh, that "See You in Hell" Spider-Man was supposed to be a Godspeed moment. Oh,
literally, just that was just Gavin was like, "Oh, I just read The Dark Knight Returns. That'd be really good for Goblin." Like,
literally,
Yeah.
I was like, man, like literally, he was probably thinking like, man, I know how to write subtext really well. Yeah, they'll really understand this. This means that's the end for them. Yeah, burning building. Oh, genius. You just have them stand there awkwardly for a few moments.
Yeah.
Good idea, Gavin.
Back to that.
that was good. That was a good one.
I think back to one thing is that score just got really fucking annoying. I just want to talk about it because it is the only thing that I can remember that isn't like the acting or like the sound quality. The score is just so fucking annoying. I hope those
It's definitely not
overbearing.
forgettable. It's definitely not forgettable. I'll say that. It's really hard to forget the boom.
I need to see the shit in an
worst
IMAX
part.
theater, dude. With
That's
how
the
much
worst
the
part.
fucking
I feel
Blair
like
was score was blaring.
The part of the score that permeated the most was the part that was unoriginal. Like,
Yeah. Fucking 90s.
Like, you think like they signed a contract with the guy who composed the score, saying like you need to play this at least 18 times during the movie.
Listen, man. If they made it like a trap beat with like the spectacular Spider-Man theme, I wouldn't have mind. That should have been raw. Okay. But no.
Spider-Man.
No, we just
Living on the edge, trying to crash, shooting with.
it's like instead of getting any like cool like music beats, we just get like what, like a minute of generic orchestral music, and then
We had that
What should have happened?
cover radio. We had that cover of the Radiohead song.
Yeah, they did.
We had that.
Oh my god!
What they should have done though was every scene, like, just restarts How to Save a Life. It's just sort of like, where did I go? And just like keeps like playing.
It cuts off
Every scene
abruptly,
starts.
The next scene is just it all go wrong.
I can't listen to that song anymore. I can't listen to that song anymore. It's just so like overbearing is probably what I want to say about it, because it just
goofy.
Yeah.
Goofy fucking song.
It's like this is like the one moment where like there's certain movies where it's like the context like really makes a song, like the song can make the movie or like just the context of it better.
Mm-hmm.
But like this is one case where like Gavin ran that song into the fucking ground with his stupid series.
Well, that one
And it
time,
just
like an example of a good way, like a song is used in the movie, like that one time where they use Hallelujah and Shrek.
Yeah, or like I don't know, man. I got nothing right now.
When James Gunn used an actual radio song, it's good.
Yeah. When I realized it was creep, I like kind of like chuckled to myself. I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" Like,
I was like, "Oh!" I was like, "No!"
But I also like went in my head. I was like, "Of course, Rocket would be a fucking emo like bitch about shit." Like,
yeah. I hope those two Asian kids get disowned for that score.
Asian kids, those are like grown men. What are you talking about?
I don't care. I don't care who they are. I don't care who they are.
We're not talking about children here.
I don't give a shit.
Crazy kids just went out to New York City.
Great dishonor on their family, okay? Great dishonor on their family, okay? Those goddamn hangatan pukkai, they say low.
I don't speak Italian.
June, you don't need to say that out loud. You can use your telepathic abilities, remember?
All Asian people are mentally linked with one another.
Yes.
Yeah, but if I say that to them, I'll be violating the treaty, and I don't want to do that anymore.
The Asian treaty that somehow Eunice knows about.
Yeah. On a brighter note, Neo Blue Comics was featured in
The one win of this movie.
The highlight of the movie for us was seeing Neo Blue Comics' art in like a frame of like the Spider-Man bedroom. That was genuinely a end game moment. I got out of my chair. I started cheering.
Seeing his name in the credits.
Seeing his name in the credits. Also, shout out our buddy Elijah Jordan Nash for donating $5 whole to the movie when they were 16.
Honestly, that was my end game moment for the movie, was seeing Eli's name.
Oh man. I hope the people that paid $50 for their Blu-ray are really happy with their contribution to the movie.
It's shameful. It really is shameful.
Really
I feel like part of this was a money laundering scheme that we all don't that we're going to learn about eventually.
Yeah. Gavin's
no
gonna
way.
be in like Romania with like his Porsche shaven head.
I am Gavin.
Hi, I'm Gavin J. I'm Todd McFarlane. I draw Venom.
Yeah, Gavin's gonna be known as he's gonna be in Romania. He's gonna be wearing shades, bald. He's gonna be known as the top Spider-Man fan, and he's gonna be having like a podcast where he just talks about how Spider-Man should be.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I started going downhill when they introduced Miles.
Dude.
What are you gonna do if one day you're in a comic book shop, okay, and you're sitting there and you're reading the new Thasm, and then all of a sudden Miles fans come in and they rip apart your Thasm Spider-Man. You're gonna be sitting there, you're gonna be like
after I buy it, I'll be fucking fuming, bro.
But I just don't think he should be a real Spider-Man. I mean, I think he's great. I think he's a great Spider Boy, maybe Arachne Kid. But I just don't think it's canon. I don't think it's right. I feel like it was a mistake. You know, I feel like after killing Peter and Ultimate Spider-Man, they just should have ended the series downhill.
On the topic of Miles, I think it's pretty funny about how we like look back on like that Twitter post that's like things that like Gavin said was like things that I vetoed for Spider-Man Lotus. No black suit, no Miles, no Goblin.
He definitely considered it. Like once that budget started ballooning, he definitely considered adding the black suit.
No, he seriously considered sequels.
Yeah.
And I feel like one of them is going to have the black suit in it. And obviously the Goblin ended up being... So Miles is probably the only one that he just really didn't consider.
Genuinely, I think if he did something like Death of John the Wolf, that probably wouldn't have been a lot better of a
John the Wolf?
Yeah. Is that not her name? Jean the Wolf? Even on the podcast? I fucking know. Is it? Even on the podcast?
I was watching We Own This City, and there's a scene where fucking John Bernthal's character is like, what the fuck is this fancy shit here? This Patron? And like everybody starts laughing at him. And they're like, it's fucking Patron. And that's June. June just doesn't know how to fucking pronounce like basic
I don't know what's good, okay? I don't know what's good. Hanu man, okay?
Hanu man.
Tomato. That's tomato. Yes, la vie. English, okay. English is not my fuck you, okay. Yeah, I mean, like anything probably would have been better than just adapting, like the same schlock.
Just copy pasting everything we've already seen before in a way that is 10 times more uninteresting and boring than anything the other films have ever done.
Yeah, that's why when me and Marcus are in college, we're gonna make a Spawn fan film to complete the racist trilogy with Spider-Man Lotus.
Mm-hmm. One is Marvel, one is DC. We need one from Image now.
Yeah, we need one from Image. So it's going to be a Spawn fan film, and I'm going to be Spawn. Okay, so
what about the Wildcats?
What about the
Who?
Wildcats? Dude? What about the Wildcats?
What is that?
What about the Wildcats?
I don't know. We
Okay.
could do a Wildcats one. I feel like it's too obvious, you know.
I haven't read a Wildcats comic book ever, Bryce.
That's the point. We could add our own unique spin in it. We could have put our dick all over Wildcats.
What if all two Wildcats fans watches the movie?
Fine. Let's do. Oh wait,
I
June,
mean-
you know this one. Let's do an adaptation of that Alan Moore comic where there's like, what was it again?
Not the fish fucking. Not the
The fish fucking. I was thinking it was frogs for a second, but yeah, the fish rape,
Oh my
fish
God.
fucking, whatever happened.
That's a fucking
Dude.
callback. That's a fucking
That is the callback right there.
Episode 0.
To the last episode I was on.
All I'm saying is, Bryce, if we make that Spawn fan film, we'll probably be ahead of the curve with Todd McFarlane and Jamie Foxx.
Oh
That
yeah,
movie's
we would
never
get that
coming out.
shit out there way sooner.
I mean,
we
Spawn
literally. I see the way I envision Spawn is like you don't see him. You just see his eyes in the darkness because he's always watching.
Because he's black.
You know, I went through I went through the fucking hassle of designing this badass character, but I don't want you to see it.
Yeah, that's why.
I was-
That's why our Spawn costume for our movie is going to be me in a green suit with a badly edited over PNG of Spawn. That's going to be our costume. And if you pay, I don't know,
Filthy Frank, bro.
if you pay $10 to our Patreon, who knows? Maybe I'll even add in a cape. Okay, maybe I'll even add in a red cape.
Maybe we'll get the cape someday.
Is that technically blackface? Is that where the
No.
racist element comes in?
Yeah, it is a new take on Spawn, Bryce.
And then
Actually,
we
it's a
we
new
just have
grounded
Gaston
take.
dub over all your lines.
Drinking water, man.
I mean, it's either that or me speaking in like jive for like an hour and 30, you know, depending on how much money we put in the movie.
I was thinking actually Jason. Oh, I'm Spawn. I'm the harbinger of darkness. This podcast is brought to you by Manscaped.
But yeah, get it ready for Spawn Tiananmen Square 2024.
2024.
Next year. Me, Marcus, and Bryce. Next year.
Oh yeah!
Really fast tracking it here.
All right,
We
we
were
need.
best under pressure.
I need $200,000 for my whole. Then another $200K for eating out, wining, dining.
Eating out what?
Burger
Do not
King.
Why do you
question
say
the
it like
director,
that?
Todd.
Burger King.
I don't like the way. I don't want to answer your question the way you asked
Do not
that.
question the director.
It's gonna be a 200K dedicated to nothing but Burger King and fake Snapchat stories that make us all look like friends.
Yeah, Burger King that will make you have a fucking heart attack, like Ty earlier. Put down a Whopper.
That version will never see this. That will never see the streets. They'll never know I almost had a heart attack.
That's gonna go on the ice. That first take was genuinely horrible. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with us.
You're acting like the one we started with was so much better. We're fucking screaming.
Listen, man. We're having fun right now, aren't we? Okay?
Heart attack episode, Lost Media.
Don't worry, right?
I do need to save that clip. I need to save that clip. That's a fucking. It's funny.
Number
Bryce.
one.
Do the worm.
Did you know Ty almost had a heart attack?
On August 12th, 2023, on the Regenerate Talk podcast, one of the co-hosts, Tyler Parks, died from a heart attack from eating Burger King.
What is up with your fucking race, like stereotype impressions today? First you, now you. What the fuck is going on? Ty was going for like a chills thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, do like an actual fucking.
Marcus, as an Asian person, I am deeply offended that you did not save that for the racist tier on Patreon, and we're giving away for free, Marcus. You should be ashamed of yourself. We could have
It's called give her a little taste, so they want the whole load.
This is like worse. This is worse. This is worse than Fu Manchu being in the script. This is so much worse.
The fact that they referenced the Fu Manchu, but we're being such bitches about the waves is hilarious to me. Hilarious.
Genuinely not.
What year are we in? Like Ty said, year are we in?
I mean, if they wanted to get a timeless feel for it, they can go right on ahead. Because genuinely, after that one, I didn't want to know what timeline the fucking movie take place. Okay.
Well,
all
they
that
wanted
movie
a
needed was
timeless
just
feel.
a black guy. All the movie needed was just this black guy, like this buff black dude with an afro from like the 1960s. The party of Americans.
Black
Hey, baby,
Dynamite?
what's going on, huh? You trying to get some of this chocolate sugar, baby?
Trying to
You
jive
some
right
of this?
now.
There was Black Dynamite in the movie.
You trying to take
Lotus
a walk through the
Lane.
jungle, baby?
That's Lotus Lane.
Really throw everyone off.
I'm just saying, they want like a timeless feel
As
to
like they're in the
movie.
cafe, you
Dynamite
just
don't
see,
like snow bunnies, but
I was gonna say like in the cafe, you just see like a colored and white section as they're sitting in the cafe laughing together.
Yeah. Originally, Marcus was supposed to play the role of Shocker, but since he spoke out against Gavin and Eunice, he got fired from the role. So yeah, there's that. Justice for at Spirit.Sifts, by the way.
One time I saw them spit in my coffee when I wasn't looking.
Listen, honestly, the way Javin is spoken about the cast, I wouldn't be surprised. That sounds like
Oh yeah,
behavior that's believable.
yeah. It's funny that we're doing the Lotus episode today because some shit came out about Gavin being not too particularly fond of his cast on the set of the movie.
What the fuck is that? What kind of accent is that?
He was just lowering his voice.
What's
Why
that
is
supposed to
everything an
be?
accent to you niggas, bro?
I was just lowering my voice, Todd.
Yeah, I didn't catch that as a.
Why is everything an accent to you?
What Ty? Did you think I talk like a this? I can't pronounce my R's too good. What you want from me? What you want from me? I'm a hardworking. I'm immigrant American. Okay, Ty. I do not appreciate this slander.
Do you love white women?
Check out these tops. I'm looking for a white woman. It is a
feels
face.
inappropriate for me to laugh at this.
I'll laugh for the both of us.
It's okay, Ty. You can talk in jive. We can counteract it.
What do you mean talking jive, man? This is how I always talk, man. What you talking about, man? Oh man, you're a goddamn fool, man. God damn it.
That was the worst jive talk I've ever heard.
I'm just saying, Ty. If you do a stereotypical Asian accent, you could go band for band with Aquafina right now.
What band for band?
You go band for band.
With the Asian woman.
The only impression I can do is like a Chill's voice, since he's the only like white man. Number 15. Man. Did you know there's a Regenerate Talk episode that was so racist and vile that the contents of which will never be disclosed to anyone?
After
Except
the
for
episode,
$15
Drew
on
made
Patreon.
everyone on the episode sign an NDA.
I do not know what contents could have been said, but I would really like to know.
You think Gavin made Eunice sign like an NDA?
No.
Eunice just wanted to separate himself far away as possible so he could get to that Flash premiere.
While
And he
still
didn't-
being
Meanwhile,
in the
still being
credits.
in the background
He
of
didn't
like
even
most
get
of the
that.
scenes.
There were literally scenes where he was like literally like there.
Yeah.
You think they try like speed it up in post so you don't notice him as quickly?
They just have him
Probably,
as a
yeah.
blur.
That was probably the only major production like change that occurred, I would argue. It's just like removing Eunice from as much as they could. If he was in it more. I would have to imagine he had like a
There's a
hey, look,
Eunice
there's
cut.
Spider-Man.
He was
Like
probably
something stupid
that.
like that.
He was probably that guy yelling "Go Spider-Man" at the fucking end of the movie. That's probably what he was.
No, he was the guy that was going like, that's a Smallville reference. Just like you were, dude.
It was literally a Smallville reference. As one of 12 Smallville fans in like the modern day, it was cool. It was so painful that he ripped off the fucking the most iconic scene from that show. Like genuinely, it has me so pissed off. Fuck.
Oh, congratulations, a superhero fan ripped off a superhero show. Welcome to the club.
I fucking hate this movie so much, nigga.
Oh my god, you have no idea.
I feel like this episode's gonna be shorter than the movie itself.
What else? There's really nothing else to talk about. That's how ass it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we kind of exhausted.
Should have done the
everything.
FNAF double feature, June. We should have done
We
it.
still can. I mean, we still can. We still can.
Yeah, that's it. That's the rest of the podcast. Seal episode.
I mean, like,
As you can see,
I
the
mean, there's
average
just-
Regenerate Talk episode is for the highly intellectual.
You have to be on another. You have to be on a different wavelength to understand all the things that they discuss.
In
I
order
mean-
to listen to a Regenerate Talk episode, you have to be an alpha, beta, kappa, alpha,
We're on
beta.
a different spectrum. The autism spectrum.
You got to be like on. You got to be on the Asperger's end of the spectrum to understand Regenerate Talk.
yeah, I mean, like, we've kind of exhausted just everything. I mean,
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Lotus is now dead Earth. I never want to talk about it again. I never want to hear about it again.
no,
This was our
no,
piece on the situation.
This was
It's
it. This
done.
was the culmination of almost 2 years of just shitting on that movie and in every
Yeah, we'll
other
talk about
episode.
that
This is it.
What about what are we
Um,
talking about next? Do you guys want to go back to a hero story or Garth Ennis or I don't know what's our gimmick after
this
this,
is
man.
it. This is it. I'm gonna go shoot myself in the head with a shotgun after this. It's over. Regenerate
I'm
Talk
gonna
is
pull a Craven's Last Hunt.
Yep.
That's an epic Spider-Man reference for the fans in the back.
Yep, I beat Spider-Man.
Bro,
Okay,
who
so there's
the
nothing. There's nothing left for me.
Who the fuck was
I
like in
would
like in the
suggest that my
server?
co-host.
Who was like,
would-
did Flash kill himself after this?
I thought y'all were joking.
I can't remember who it
I thought
was.
y'all
but
were
yeah.
joking when you said that.
Somebody
No.
was like, Flash killed himself, bro. Flash killed himself.
I can't think some of y'all actually thought he killed himself.
The
thought-
thing was,
I thought it was
we were
Harry, to
all
be honest.
watching the movie, and I feel like it was said like 3 times, like, "Oh, it's Flash's going away party." We all just
Yeah, they did. They said
He
that
went
like
away.
several times.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Garth Ennis, if you hear me right now, Garth Ennis, we'd love to have you on the show every single episode.
Hey, man.
Love. Talk about the boys. The boys is
Yes,
coming
man.
back. Shout out the boys.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Invincible's
I love boys.
coming back.
I love boys.
Invincibles. Yeah, I
Man,
love boys too.
man.
Man.
Hey,
I love men. I love men, not boys. I should
Get them
probably
outta here.
clarify that.
You
Come
can
outta here.
play duos with me, Garth Ennis. Garth Ennis, please play duos with me.
Duels of Fortnite, Garth Ennis.
Garth Ennis, let's get that victory royale, please.
Speaking
Come
of,
on, and don't
speaking
even call me Fortnite. We can hop on Apex. Please, Garth Ennis.
Garth
I mean-
Ennis probably like some edgy shit like Battleground or something.
yeah.
Garth
Like-
Ennis definitely just like touching himself whenever he sees like war crimes on television or something like that.
This is gonna go great about Punisher story.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What do you mean the Punisher is a commentary on violence?
Wait, Ty, have you read the Jason Aaron Punisher run?
No, I've gotten around. Haven't gotten around to it, but I put it on my list. I'll get around to it eventually.
Okay.
I think I read like the first couple panels. I was like, oh shit, okay. Then I just stopped for some reason.
It's pretty good. The ending kind of is whatever. It feels like it was like supposed to be like the end, but they just kind of whiff it. It's a little bit of a whiff, but for the most part, shit's good.
Hey, speaking of comic books, MJ and Paul's kids are dead.
Well, yeah, that's been.
Fuck them kids.
What I really want to talk about is Spider-Man Reign.
Oh,
fucking! Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Oh, the Dark Knight Returns, but good.
it's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back.
This is the DK2 of Spider-Man comics. We have a fucking dude. This is gonna be the dude. This is literally gonna be the DK2 of fucking Spider-Man comics. Because this time we have a bald, fat ass, disgusting character as the main villain
Yeah.
for the
Michael
sequel.
Bendis?
No, yeah, I mean, it might be. Maybe.
It's
I mean,
Kingpin. It's
Kingpin.
Kingpin. I sent you the image, June. It's
I know.
Kingpin, and he looks fat and fucking gross, and he's like a cannibal now. And like in DK2, we had like balding, fat ass, beer gut Lex Luthor, who was like trolling Batman with Brainiac.
Bryce, I think you're the only person who's ever read that.
Dude, I read that book like twice. I was like
Why?
so baffled by that shit.
Why?
Dude,
That's yours.
because I was like a new comic reader, and that was like the first book that gave me like mental whiplash.
Oh boy!
Of, like,
Oh boy!
yours, the
Don't
boy.
I triumphant?
That's yours. That's That's
9/11.
Who wakes up at 3 a.m. to read Dark Knight Triumphant?
Who the fuck like sees 9/11 as like I could make Brainiac be like the DC universe's.
He was traumatized, Bryce. He saw
I get
9/11 like 3 blocks away, and he was like, "No, not again!" It's just like the '80s.
That's fucked. That's so fucked.
The Twin Towers fell. I gotta make Batman make Dick Grayson eat rats in a cave.
I'm paranoid and edgy again. 2 decades of peace for nothing.
All brown people must die. All brown people must die.
Oh,
We need to get these aliens out of here. Brainiac is coming.
What was I saying?
He's coming to take his dog machine.
The aliens out of here is crazy.
Have you guys not read DK2?
No, we haven't read
No.
DK2.
No.
What?
I
Then
like
again,
to have
I have
a
read The
positive
Boys
mental
3
mindset.
times, so I can't talk. I can't talk. I have read The Boys three times. So
3 times.
maybe, yeah,
What
3
made
times.
you come back for the second time?
Well, I just think
Like
maybe
said.
the third time is different.
Yeah, 3 times the charm. Come on, that's the charm.
Was it the charm?
There does the charm.
I don't think it was a charm, Marcus. I don't think it was a charm. Yeah,
How
Spider-Man.
many issues is the boy?
Spider-Man Reign's coming back. Pretty cool. Spider Jizz, radioactive Spider Jizz.
Spider Dude, Spider Dude.
Radioactive spider.
Yeah,
Oh man.
I mean, like, other than that, we don't really have much. Superior's coming back.
Actually,
Superior's coming back. Shout
I
out
you
to
mean
have a
Superior's
topic.
coming back?
Don't ask him. Don't ask him.
my
We don't need to
God.
talk about this.
What? What? What'd I say? What did I say?
Nothing,
Never
June.
mind,
Nothing,
never
June.
mind.
Just go
Never
back to the
mind,
corner.
never
It's
mind,
okay, buddy.
Never mind.
No,
We don't need to talk about it.
Superior
Grant
Spider-Man,
is paying
October
for a
10th.
Goku toy again.
October 10th, Superior Spider-Man back. It's gonna be rock. I'll be in that.
Did we talk about how bad Ultimate, or not how bad, but how lackluster Ultimate Invasion has been?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, we did.
think we covered that.
I did not realize until I checked my receipt that it was $9. I was like, "What the fuck? Why did I pay money for this?"
Apparently, Jason was telling me that Donny Cates was apparently the one that was supposed to write it.
Yeah, he
That's
was
not
supposed to write it
surprising.
before his accident.
Yeah. So Hickman was
Yeah.
kind of just like there to just pick up the pieces, really.
He's like, no, what are you talking about? Ultimate Universe.
Speaking of Donny Cates, because we have quote unquote trolled him in the past, but I hope he gets well. Like genuinely,
get
that
well
dude has
soon,
had
man.
a rough year.
Yes, fuck, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah,
Fucking brain-altering
happened?
accident.
Donny Cates got in a car accident, and
Oh my
he's
God, can I
basically
talk,
had like
please?
Alzheimer's for like a whole year.
That's
He's been,
not
like,
what
forgetting
happened.
shit.
That's not what happened.
June is the king of fucking misinformation.
That's what fucking Jason was telling me. He's
Basically,
got
a chunk of his brain is out of his head. His writing ability he had in that specific section of his brain is gone now. He can't write certain comments.
He lost
No,
his
but what
frontal
actually
lobe.
happened was he was in a serious car accident. He received brain damage from it, and he forgot basically everything that was happening in his life at the time.
Holy fuck!
Yeah,
Yeah,
crazy shit.
and then he got divorced.
And
Oh, he did?
he got divorced.
Oh my god!
He's holding oil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
awful.
yeah,
That
that's
makes me
why.
fucking
Yeah,
sad. Dude,
Yeah, man.
I think it makes me sadder because have you guys read Crossover?
yeah,
I've read like a little bit of it. Yeah.
a little bit of
There's
it.
like a moment that makes me so sad because there's like a moment in Crossover where like because it's written by Donny Cates
Yeah,
and like there's a moment in Crossover and June knows what I'm talking about where like, you see like his life and like a lot of it is like him and his wife. I'm like, God, like, oh,
Sheesh.
yeah,
that's sad. That's very
Yeah.
sad.
yeah. Donny Cates,
Yeah,
if you're
he told
hearing this
Comic
right now,
Pop to bring it
be
public.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was soon, man.
Apparently, they were like showing like Donny Cates like his Thor run, and then he was like, "Holy shit, I wrote this."
The shit. Nobody show him the Hulk run. Nobody show him the Hulk run. What was I doing?
What if he's like, yeah, this guy sucks, dude.
Damn, this shit ass.
Can't believe I share a last name with the guy who wrote this.
First name too. God damn.
Me, I thought my name was Waddy Cates. I'm sorry.
What?
Come on, man. Come on, man. We were just feeling sorry for him a couple minutes ago. Come on.
This part is
All right, we're
Not
okay.
coming
Moving
out.
on. Before I say something, before we make a joke, I like
Yeah.
pushes the line. Moving on.
Moving on.
To funnier things. Fuck Gal Gadot.
Just cut that part.
Who?
Gal Gadot.
Oh yeah, Wonder Woman movie misinformation.
Oh my goodness.
Me and Ty have talked about it, but I just want to go.
Me and Marcus do
it's
not care.
hilarious.
We do not care. Fuck the
All right,
movies.
me and Ty are gonna dick ride each other for a minute. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay. I'll
I
look
thought
up
it was a
Garfield panels right now.
family-friendly podcast.
I'll look up Garfield.
It's an annual discussion. This happens every episode.
Yeah.
Me and Ty have to check in with each other. The state of the fucking.
I'll hop on
DC
Fortnite
universe.
in a little bit to keep you entertained, Marcus.
I just got back on. I haven't played for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, Bryce, go ahead, please.
I am just like continuously floored at the mishandling of just everything of this new
It's a shit
universe. Like,
show.
I really thought things were gonna like start turning around this year, but I guess
Nope.
like we are just gonna keep going through the shit. Because like
James Gunn, he's committed. He's committed. He's committed to just bullshitting everyone again.
Okay. So do you think he just lied to her?
I feel like it was probably what she meant was probably the preliminary discussions that they had back in January or something, like pre-strike and pre-everything, when they were still trying to figure out the slate and everything for sure.
Dude, please stop.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we'll get you.
Sorry,
Thank you,
sorry. I just keep hearing, like, I hear Ty, and then I also hear like fucking spoon clanking at the bottom of an empty bowl, and like
trying to ignore
What are
that.
you gobbling on, Jude?
I'm eating dinner right now. I'm missing dinner for this. I'm missing dinner.
just
I'm
mute
hungry.
yourself for like 2 seconds while you're eating.
Don't fuck yourself. You guys ain't shit. I'll kick your ass.
All right, keep going, Ty. Keep going. I'm sorry.
I'm playing Fortnite.
Nah,
I'm not
but,
even making noise.
My dick.
I feel like it was probably the prelim. It's probably that they had, and if James Gunn genuinely like promised her a movie, and then like a few months later, and he just ended up telling her, then I think it is evident that nothing has systematically changed, and it's really just a changing of who's the face of what, which wouldn't be surprising at this point.
I guess to me, I can kind of see what you're saying and agree with you, but also I just think like it just doesn't make sense to me from any perspective why he would, like, he's already ripped off the biggest Band-Aid there was, which was Henry Cavill, and like it
Right.
sounded like he had a discussion with him about like
Well,
that
you
whole
think-
situation, and that was like arguably even worse because like Black Adam had just
Right.
come out, and like it was a
Right.
full-on expectation. Obviously it wasn't written, but it was an expectation by Cavill and everybody in the audience that saw, all 10 people who saw that movie, that he was coming back.
It
And
probably felt like shit that day.
I'm sure. Like I always go back to that one tweet. I don't know who the fuck tweeted it, but it's like Henry Cavill going to the next Superman movie in a fucking McDonald's hat or something like that. And it always kills me. But that was the expectation. And James Gunn, supposedly, like, they had a conversation, and he, like, broke the news that, like, we're not moving forward with you. So to me, if he's gonna have that conversation with Henry, who was, like, basically, like, set up and guaranteed without it being written, a Superman, like a Man of Steel 2, then, like, why would he tell Gal Gadot, yeah, we're gonna make your movie, and then immediately go behind her back? Like, that can only come back to bite you in the ass.
Right.
Like, is my thing. So unless he's
guessing,
just
like,
that stupid.
I'm guessing like the expectation at that point was like, well, he was like looking for Ben Affleck. I don't know if this is the truth, because I feel like Ben Affleck was like, no, we never talked. But like, I feel like there was an expectation that he wanted Ben Affleck to come back and do something for the DCEU. So, well, he might have been like, well, yeah, we want you to like produce the next Wonder Woman movie or something. And then she just took that as like, oh, okay, you're gonna be in the next movie, actually. But again, like, I don't really know specifics at this point. No one knows specifics at this point. I think it's gonna be a lot of dirty laundry. I sound like Grace Randolph, but I feel like there's just a lot of like there's a lot that's just going on that's just weird at this point. And honestly, I'm just gonna hold my breath at this point. I'm just gonna hold my breath on Superman Legacy in the DCU, because literally, if Superman Legacy goes wrong, it's over. It's actually over.
I'll kill myself.
There will be no Superman to talk you. Kill yourself. You will kill yourself immediately.
Brass.
I will
Brass.
let
Not even a
fall to the
Superman
ground
soul.
right now if you believe.
Brass.
What?
You're a fucking dickhead. You're a dick.
All right, go ahead, though.
No, I feel like everyone really needs to hold and just see what happens to Superman Legacy, because I feel like a lot of what's just been happening for the past 6 or long DCU is like unofficially but officially existed has literally just been the dirty laundry of Walter Hamada and all that old leadership trying to come back and like crawling out of a grave. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't think the new DCU will be without its drama.
No, it we just started and it's already getting there. And I'd argue it's because like he hasn't just like ripped the Band-Aid off. Like he hasn't ripped the full Band-Aid off. Just been like, we're just rebooting. Like leaving it at that. Like if he just said full reboot, like there wouldn't be any discussions of if Gal Gadot was coming back.
Full reboot, cry about it.
yeah. Like he might as well have just said that.
Blue like, Beetle is our Iron Man.
He's the first DCU hero, but it's not the DCU.
I don't believe him at all. I don't believe.
It's
when
just
Blue Beetle bombs.
So
he's not coming back.
It's not if, it's when.
Yeah. As long as it makes more than Flash, I'll count.
It won't do that. It won't do that at all.
No way.
I know it won't, but man can hope and dream.
No, and neither will Aquaman. They're like dead set. I feel like they're just dead set on like letting those films be dead on arrival. They are completely okay with it at this point.
Yeah, I feel like they've already like cut their losses. I'm surprised like Flash hasn't just come to HBO at this point. I don't know how it hasn't.
They're being really stubborn with it. Like,
maybe it'll pop up on video. Maybe it'll pop out. Oh my god! Please, DC gods.
Maybe those NFTs will sell out.
The fucking NFT Blu-ray ass menu shit. Oh my god!
I don't think so.
NFT.
You gotta buy a movie for every 15 minutes of fucking buying an NFT for every 15 minutes of playtime.
let's put together the Black Adam Flash double feature. This will sell out.
When Matthew showed me that shit,
it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like a real thing. It's supposed to be ironic. Like how people watch bad movies together. Like, no, man. I don't think. I think they're just dead set on letting these movies bomb, and I think if anything, Barbie's probably their golden horse right now. Barbie and Dune 2 will probably be their golden horse that they're just going to ride on for a little while.
Gonna do that. Like, are people that ride or die for Dune? Like, it's weird.
Yes, they will be. They will be. They will be.
I have seen a lot of dick riding for Dune.
I can't stand dude.
We're there, Bryce. We're
Shout out
there.
my buddy Elijah Jordan Nash, #1 Dune dick rider.
Greta Gerwig. Gerwig? She's obviously she's. I would say between her and Nolan, she's probably going to be the one to take the lock for the Oscar nomination. All those other awards at this point, like she's going to be WB's Gold Girl a little while. So I feel like Barbie, Barbie's their horse right now. That's the horse they're betting on.
I could see them being so stupid as to like, I don't know, man. Somehow they're gonna like fuck it up. Yeah. Somehow they're gonna fuck it up. Like somehow they're gonna like absolutely butcher the success of Barbie. They're gonna run into the ground, and just any goodwill that movie has built up is gonna be slowly torn over time. Like they're gonna find a way to make you hate Barbie.
I genuinely hope so.
Yeah, because I don't think they view it as like, oh my god, Greta Gerwig, you just gave us $1 billion movie. Thank you. They're just gonna be like, All right.
June, if you don't stop.
What other toy movies can we do? Where's the Polly Pocket movie?
June, stop.
I'm done now. I'm finished. I'm done eating. Hold on.
Niggas in the fucking back cleaning all the dishes in the fucking restaurant, bro.
Listen,
This is like last night when you kept playing the fucking steel pipes.
I swear to God, Ty, I was so close to blocking you.
Listen, man, there was nothing going.
Bro was complaining about people talking over the movie. Now you just hear.
Go pretty fast, bear.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
We were just having a normal conversation. Then this nigga came washing his dishes.
Like you said, you got to be on the spectrum to understand regenerate talk, guys.
Yeah, I understand. See, this is for our viewers that are on the spectrum. Okay, it's like the Subway Surfer video playing while you guys are having a conversation.
The auditory version of
fucking Cocomelon for comic fans.
Yeah,
is this what people listen to?
We are the only comic book podcast to exist.
Not true. Have you forgot about our bitter rivals, A Hero Story? Hey, speaking of a hero story, by the way, what do you guys think of their interview
Christ.
that they did with Gavin?
What are you talking about?
You know
They
that
did an interview with Gavin?
Yeah.
Did a
They did
second
an
one?
interview with Gavin about Lotus.
When? Like last year?
Yeah, like last year when all the traction was going on.
Why
And
the
stuff.
fuck are we talking about this?
They interviewed him when the allegations dropped?
No, before the allegations.
it was
It
before.
wouldn't have been last year then. It would have been like, wait, would it have been last year?
Yeah.
It would have been last year.
Would've.
Because that happened around August, like late August. Like that was a while.
Hey guys, go see Superman Legacy in theaters 2025. Barbie, Oscars, they're gonna fuck it up. Something. I don't know.
Superman
I don't know what the fuck
Solar.
you're talking about. I mean, there's not much we can say about Superman Solar. It's just a horrible movie. It's just a
Horrible fucking. I will let you drop off this building right now and splat if you don't believe it the American way.
Why
I
would you
am
jump?
Superman. I'll let you fucking kill yourself right in front of me.
Thank you, J. Michael Straczynski, for writing that Superman panel. So then, eventually, one person could make a fucking fan film about it and include a Dragon Ball Z-esque fight with Brainiac.
I couldn't even. Was Brainiac like not on screen ever or something?
No,
I couldn't
You
actually
saw
see him.
like his silhouette, like his outline.
His silhouette.
Oh, you know how they did the Flash in the first season of Flash, but like every time he showed up, he's all like blurred and shit and vibrating. That was you see him for like 2 seconds, and boom, motion blur.
He's probably like, "Why can't I see you clearly?"
Why are you green?
I don't know about you, sir, but in the U.S. of America, the only colors that are permittable are white and some other shades of brown I don't really pay attention to. But mostly white.
Some lesser shade.
Are white and the red and blue I wear.
You're a credit to your people, Brainiac.
One of the good ones, Brainiac 5.
Oh my god, when they have Batman in those movies, it's gonna be fucking hilarious.
No way.
I
They're
can't
gonna
wait for
make
it.
a Batman one.
They
Are
will.
they gonna make a
They're gonna make
sequel?
a world.
Yeah,
They're gonna
dude,
make a
they had
world's
like the Lex
finest movie.
Luthor and Batman thing.
They're not gonna.
That scene was
fucking
so
do that,
disjointed.
man.
It was so disjointed. It's like they forgot to actually include it in the film.
Listen, it's like Bryce was saying.
Oh, wait.
It's like Bryce or that guy in Hollywood were saying. Stop putting your dick in the things, okay?
I don't even think they were putting their dick in it. I think that was just like the sound of freedom but for like broke niggas.
Bryce. I mean, not Bryce. Ty,
Dry
that
humping.
Batman reveal quite literally was like the biggest putting dick in thing I've ever seen. Even you fell victim to that. Your ass started chilling. You were like, oh,
I was joke chilling. I didn't take that.
lies and falsehoods. Lies and falsehoods.
There's none of that.
Dude breaks the realization nobody stills like he does.
Yeah, you were still buying Spider-Man like 25 issues. I don't want to hear it.
Listen, man.
He was reading Spider-Man on call a few days ago.
I was reading Spider-Man on call a few days ago. Listen,
Mind
man.
you, it was just a couple weeks ago, maybe last week, listener, that June was like, "I'm done with Spider-Man. I'm done with
I'm
Spider-Man.
sipping on this scissor. I'm sipping on this scissor, and they fucking hate it. They need to shut the fuck up and sip on this Spider-Man scissor. Superior back October 10. Y'all can suck my dick.
Uh-huh.
Or if it's like a 4-issue miniseries.
I don't give a fuck. I'll still be there day one.
That'll hold off June for another 5 years.
For another 5 whole years. Unlike Ty here, we don't got 12 Batman books, so we gotta kind of have to take what we get.
Every panel gives him sustenance.
I can't
I'll
believe
make those.
I can't believe we're at the state right now where Batman and Catwoman are about to have a fucking crossover fight. And that is like a Batman event.
That's like Gotham War, right? That's what Gotham War is?
It looks
I'm not really paying attention to it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm like half paying attention. I heard it was about Batman and Catwoman fighting each other, and I immediately just like all I could think of was the Trump image of him with the waves and AirPods and being like, I don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. I will pretend I do not see it. You know, I think back to the good old days, 2018, when they were about to get married, and then it fell through, and that shit was still gas afterward, and then it just went nowhere because DC are a bunch of fucking idiots.
They're scared. They're scared, and they're gonna do it again. It's like a never-ending cycle. I swear, like the end of the book. At the end of the book, they can be like, "Hey, Bat, I'm sorry about fighting you, but I just needed my space." And he's like, "No, Selena, you're on the wrong side of crime. You can't do this anymore. I love you.
I'm gonna fuck it out of you."
You see this necklace?
What bat shilling will do to you.
This is my mother's necklace. I'm gonna put it around you. You're gonna be my mother now. I want you to baby me. I want mommy milky. Selena.
Oh my god, bro. Fuck.
I need like I just need Tom King on Batman again, please.
It's never gonna happen again.
Take me back to the good days.
Read Brave and the Bold. Read Brave and the Bold.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I just don't want
I ain't gonna lie to you. I just might start. I'm sorry to use the P word, but I might start. Listen.
Just say you broke, Ty. Just say you broke, Ty.
You know how expensive that book is?
Be that R in your search bar, Ty.
Just say you broke.
I honestly agree with Ty in this because it's fucking stupid that they're paying that they're like, oh yeah, shell out $8 for like only one Batman story that you actually care about, and then like some bonus backup stories that are ass.
I'm a big fan of the Superman one. I'm a big fan of
Here's some random Harley Quinn story, like drawn by like fucking AI and written by some like up and comer who's like still getting his feet under him.
Superman and Stormwatch. Hey man, it's good enough for me. Superman and Stormwatch is good enough for me.
Fucking fuck that movie. Fuck that shit. I'm not doing that.
Bro, just say you broke. Just say you broke, low, bro. You don't got the bands for it. That's fine. It's cool.
I know you almost said it. I know you almost said it.
I say you broke. Just say you broke. Just say you broke.
I know you almost said it.
You deflecting. You trying to.
I heard that stutter.
Race car.
I heard that stutter.
I know we just finished talking about Lotus, but come on, man.
I know, man. Listen, man, we gotta get the ball
Will we
rolling on
expose
the spawn.
June?
We gotta get those.
James Wan, what?
We gotta get the ball rolling on those Spawn movie allegations. Okay.
What
We
does
gotta
he
get
like to eat?
How does Gavin feel about Aquaman?
And Birds of Prey?
All I'm saying is we gotta get that ball rolling on those Spawn movie allegations. Might as well start now.
Yeah.
We might as well start now.
Might as well start now. Might as well.
I mean, we're already doing blackface for it, so like, I think we just got it settled.
Mm-hmm. Blackface? What? No. CGI.
We talked about this earlier. How are you not doing blackface? You're gonna be playing a black character.
CGI onto me. CGI onto
Well,
me.
CGI blackface.
Is that not
It's
still blackface?
It's still blackface.
Yeah, but it's digital. It's digital. It's digital AI. I can just blame it on Disney.
It's blackface with an Adobe Premiere subscription behind it, dude.
Oh God. Oh God.
Young Jun Liang did not actually blackface. It was just CGI.
Yeah. Like that.
It was supposed to look like a mask.
Right?
It was just supposed to look like a mask. Did an entire face.
Like we don't even have a Spawn mask, and it's just me in blackface. That's the mask.
Jesus, dude. Oh man, I'm so
This
canceled.
episode has been. We've already brushed over the main big thing. We've kind of just been talking just to talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we did the thing. We did the thing.
We did the thing, and now I go hang myself.
Now we talk about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Why don't we just wait for October? Come on, Bryce. Why don't we just wait for October?
Oh, so I said that like what? I said
Okay.
that like what, a week ago.
Okay. Never mind.
What,
Bryce.
a
Let's talk
week
about it
ago?
right now. Since Ty the Wolf want to be over here, Ty the
my
Wolf want to
God.
be over here. Let's talk about FNAF, Bryce. What do you want to talk about?
No, we're not doing FNAF. No. Wait till October.
Do the worm, Bryce. Do the worm.
Fuck off. I'll do the worm again so you can get it on camera if you put the thank you at the end of this, okay?
Remind me in text. Remind me in text right now.
Okay, I'll text you right now.
But
Please don't, Bryce. Bryce, don't. Bryce, don't.
We need
The
that
worm.
extra content, Ty. Come
I
on.
want to see the worm. I want to see the worm. I want to see airtime on that bitch. Okay.
Airtime.
I want airtime.
What's the fucking height on the
5
belly,
feet.
the belly
5 feet.
lift?
5 feet.
Don't be humping
want
the floor
5
like
feet.
Neil either. Don't be humping the floor either like
Don't be
Neil.
humping the
You saw my
floor.
belly flop. I ain't humping the floor.
Bryce was going airtime. All right, somebody record it. We're doing it right now.
Oh my
Right
God.
now.
No, you're supposed to fulfill your end of the deal, and then
No, I
then-
want it live on Regenerate Talk before I put it in.
No.
You a bitch. I ain't doing it unless you do it live.
Fuck off!
I want you to do it again. I want it on video. I want you to do it live. Fuck it, do it live.
Just do it.
I want it live on
Oh my
Regenerate Talk.
God, bro.
live on Regenerate Talk.
Live on Regenerate Talk.
This is what it's normally like. This is what
Live
it's
on
normally
Regenerate
like.
Talk.
This
No,
is what it's normally like.
Coward.
I will
Coward.
leave. I will leave this call if you ask me again.
You're a coward, Bryce. You're a coward. You're
This
doubting
is what it's
yourself.
normally like. It is nothing else.
Yeah.
It's nothing else.
Bryce is just mad that I can get better airtime than him because he's fat. But yeah, I don't think we have anything else to talk about. I mean, we've kind of exhausted everything. We've hated on Gavin. Okay. Yeah. Why don't we just end it here? Does
Amen.
everybody? What?
What are you talking about? What?
What do you mean? What am I talking about? What?
And that's gonna wrap up our episode of Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. It was good to have you. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram.
Thank you.
At Adam Sandler's Big Wheel for me. Underscores under each word. Don't forget to follow Geekforhire Tyler Parks. And then finally, I almost read your Discord name, and I would have been would have been very bad.
Yeah. Teriyaki _Asian on Instagram.
Don't forget to follow Teriyaki Asian.
Yeah.
The Dragon of the West.
Dragon of the West. Okay. Yeah, special shout out to our former co-host Marcus for hopping on and finishing what he started.
Shout out Marcus.
Shout out Marcus.
And shout out Subjective Josh for being a bitch and not being here.
Thank you. Let me be just what I need to buzz. Let me just be what I need to buzz.